All right, good Monday evening, everyone. We are tracking Francine in the Gulf. It will become a hurricane anytime, and it probably will be going through some rapid strengthening as we go to tomorrow night, and in through Wednesday, all the way through landfall. We've seen this time and time again in the Gulf. These things strengthen all the way to landfall, and these Gulf of Mexico waters are boiling warm. So there's plenty of fuel for this storm to really gain strength. Like I told you last night, prepare for a Cat 2. And now National Hurricane Center is saying that this is going to be a Cat 2 at landfall. So you probably need to prepare for a Cat 3 at landfall, just if you're preparing along the Louisiana coast. There is hurricane warnings that are in effect now for Louisiana coast. We're going to go over those here shortly. Please click that thumbs up button, that like button on Facebook. Same over on YouTube. Comment where you're from. We'd love to hear from you. And please share this with your friends and family. That would be great. If you're over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. It is basically like liking a page on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button. Hit all notifications. You'll be notified every time we go live over on YouTube. All right, let's take a look at the latest advisory as of 10 o'clock from the National Hurricane Center. All right, here's the latest from the National Hurricane Center as of 10 o'clock. Francine's expected to become a hurricane anytime. Let me take this overlay off real quick. There we go. All right, as of 10 o'clock, it is maximum sustained wind 65 miles per hour. Movement is north-northwest at 5. It's about 125 miles south-southeast of the mouth of the Rio Grande. About 420 miles south-southwest of Cameron, Louisiana. Like I said, max sustained wind 65 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure is 992 millibars or 29.3 inches. All right, changes with this advisory. No real changes on watches and warnings, but we're going to go over that here. So hurricane watch is in effect from Louisiana coast from Morgan City eastward to Grand Isle. This is including, inland hurricane watches as well. Away from the coast, that's where you see these dashed blue and pink lines right through here. There is a tropical storm warning in that area as well, but there is also a hurricane watch all the way up through there as well. And you can see as we go for the hurricane warning up here in red, this is from the Louisiana coast from Sabine Pass eastward to Morgan City. So the hurricane warning is from Sabine Pass eastward to Morgan City as of right now. Tropical storm warning is in effect from Morgan City to Grand Isle, High Island to Sabine Pass, mouth of the Rio Grande to Port Mansfield. And then a tropical storm watch is up from Port Mansfield to High Island, Texas, east of Grand Isle, Louisiana to the mouth of the Pearl River, including Metro New Orleans for the tropical storm watch. Okay, this is also including Lake Pontchartrain as well. There's going to be storm surge as they're going to be on the dirty side of this hurricane. We're going to go over that here in just a second. So here's the latest track. And as you can see, it's going to be coming, basically making landfall right around Wednesday evening across the central Louisiana Gulf Coast here, and then start moving basically north-northeast, and then more of a northerly track going straight up towards eastern Arkansas. You can see the cone of uncertainty here. This is where the center of the storm is still a little bit uncertain where it's going to go. So there's still some chances it could come up through parts of eastern Louisiana, up through eastern Arkansas, maybe the central Arkansas. But as of right now, most of the models are really guiding in, basically going straight up in through the Mississippi River Valley, straight up through Memphis, and up towards the Missouri Boot Heel. And there's going to be a lot of rain with this as well. So we'll go over that here in just a second. But let's take a look at storm surge, because this thing is going to be business. And by the way, National Hurricane Center is thinking this is going to be a Cat 2 hurricane landfall. And this time yesterday, they were saying it was barely going to be a Cat 1. And I was telling you that we've seen this time and time again where these things really blow up and rapidly strengthen all the way to the coast. So I said, prepare for a Cat 2. But now you need to probably prepare for a possible Cat 3 as we get in through the Louisiana coast here. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. That's what I've been always saying around here. So let's take a look at the storm surge maps. All righty, storm surge warning is in effect for High Island, Texas to the mouth of the Mississippi River in Louisiana. Storm surge watch is in effect from the mouth of the Mississippi River all the way over to the Mississippi-Alabama border. This is including Lake Pontchartrain as well. Let's go over some of the storm surge things here. So the combination of a dangerous storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following heights above ground somewhere in the indicated areas, which you see on your screen, if the peak surge occurs at the time of high tide. These are just preliminary peak storm surge forecast based on intensity. These could go up as more forecasts come along here as we go into tomorrow, especially if they think the intensity will go up from where it is right now. So Cameron, Louisiana to Port Fourchon in Louisiana, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, 5 to 10 feet of storm surge. Vermilion Bay, 5 to 10 feet of storm surge. Then all the way over towards the mouth of the Mississippi River, basically from Port Fourchon over towards the mouth of the Mississippi River, 4 to 7 feet of storm surge is possible. And then as you get over from the mouth of the Mississippi all the way up towards the Mississippi-Alabama border, 2 to 4 feet above normally dry ground is possible along the coast. This is storm surge. Even into Lake Pontchartrain, 2 to 4 feet of storm surge is possible. You get out west from High Island, from High Island to Cameron, Louisiana, 3 to 5 feet storm surge. Galveston Bay, 1 to 3 feet. Basically, 1 to 3 feet all along the Texas coast, all the way down towards the mouth of the Rio Grande. All right, so let's take a look at the rainfall amounts over the next few days. All right, latest rainfall amounts, there will be locally higher amounts, okay? So basically right along the coast here of Louisiana, all the way towards New Orleans, could be 6 to 8+ inches of rain, possibly locally higher up to a foot, especially along the coast here, wherever landfall is, all right? So as you go inland, all this yellow here is 4 to 6 inches, even basically most of western Mississippi, all the way up through most of eastern Louisiana, central to eastern Louisiana, going up the Mississippi River, all the way towards eastern Arkansas, most of eastern Arkansas, just east of Little Rock, 4 to 6 inches of rain. Like I said, locally higher amounts, probably 7 to 8 in regards to this. Up towards Memphis, 2 to 4 inches possible. You get up towards basically Little Rock, up towards north central Arkansas, 2 to 4 inches of rain is possible up towards Cape Girardeau, and then up towards parts of western Kentucky and western half of Tennessee, down towards Alabama in the dark greens here, 2 to 4 inches is possible. You get to light greens here, basically from Shreveport up towards Harrison, Arkansas, up towards Rolla, Missouri, maybe even just the southern suburbs of St. Louis, all the way towards Louisville, Kentucky. Talk about 1 to 2 inches of rain with this system. Like I said, it all depends on the track. If it comes a little bit further west, and all this heavier rains would come a little bit further west with it. What I'm thinking about too here is this track is going to come up here and kind of really slow down across the Mississippi River Delta here, and we're going to have some basically southeast to northwest flow, basically across some flat ground here, coming and banking up against the Ozarks. So there could be some enhanced rainfall amounts, basically with a little bit of an upslope flow coming into the Ozarks across eastern Arkansas. So there could be a little bit more rainfall than what's depicting here, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right. So let's take a look at what the latest models think on intensity. All right, here's the latest model intensity guidance from tropicaltidbits.com. You can actually go there and see this yourself if you'd like as well. This updates every 6 hours. So this is all the hurricane models here. And a lot of them come up to a high-end Cat 1 to a Cat 2. But like I said, I would not be surprised if we start seeing maybe an upper Cat 2 or maybe even a low-end Cat 3 with this at landfall. I would plan for that if you live in Louisiana, especially along the coast there. I would plan for this, especially trying to get your house prepped and everything else. All those preparations, prep for a Cat 3 and then hope for the best across that area. Okay, and then please listen to local authorities because there's going to be mandatory evacuations, especially along the coast. Louisiana is notorious for storm surge going way inland because the land, a lot of marsh and stuff, the land doesn't really go up very fast. So that storm surge should come in inland pretty far. And we've seen that time and time again in the past, especially Hurricane Katrina. I remember back that in 2005 that there was storm surge coming inland for miles and miles and miles with that system as well. I'm not saying it's going to be a Katrina, but there's still storm surge is very serious thing to deal with. So if the local authorities tell you to leave, you need to leave. Okay, so you need to wrap up preparations probably by the end of tomorrow, and then basically if you need to get out of town, you need to get out of town. All right. All right, here is the latest tracks. This is from global models and hurricane models. And most of them basically come right in towards the central Louisiana coast and then basically straight up towards the Mississippi River. Then it kind of really slows down, like I said. And like I said, if it slows down, we have this basically very broad southeast or northwest flow coming across some of these lower elevations, and all of a sudden it's banking up against the Ozarks. There could be some up, maybe a little bit of upslope flow, which will enhance rainfall amounts across parts of eastern Arkansas, maybe north central Arkansas as well. So we'll have to something to think about as we go forward here. But lots of rain, lots of storm surge flooding, and lots of wind coming with this. Could have gusts 120, 130 miles per hour possible as we get into the coast here at landfall. So very, very nasty conditions coming in to Louisiana. And there's going to be far-reaching effects with this, and there's going to be even over towards New Orleans. You're going to have some tropical storm wind gusts, maybe even an isolated hurricane force wind gust over towards New Orleans, just depending on track here. So really got to pay attention in New Orleans, plus storm surge coming into Lake Pontchartrain. So then plus, 5 to 7 inches of rainfall into New Orleans as well. So very bad situation even coming for there. You know how New Orleans is, basically is sitting down in a bowl. So if water gets in there, it has to be pumped out. So if the water gets in there too quickly, especially rainfall amounts gets in there too quickly, there will be prone to flooding. And like I said, Lake Pontchartrain and is expecting 2 to 4 feet of surge as well with this. So something to keep an eye on for New Orleans, that is. All right, basically, we're going to wrap this up. We'll have like I said, we'll have constant information coming on our Facebook page. Every time there's a National Hurricane update, National Hurricane Center update, we'll be posting it along with the latest information on our Facebook page as well. And we'll be live again tomorrow evening as well, going over all the latest. But here's the latest track as of the 10 p.m. advisory. Still a 65 mile per hour strong tropical storm. Expect to become a hurricane anytime, and then possibly rapidly strengthen as we get towards landfall. As of right now, National Hurricane Center is thinking Cat 2 hurricane at landfall. I would plan for a Cat 3, especially if you're prepping your house or any of your property and stuff like that. But you rush your preparations need to be completed pretty quickly over the next 36 hours or so. And then by Wednesday, probably morning, you need to, by late tomorrow, Wednesday morning, you need to get out of Dodge, basically. So listen to local authorities down there. If they're telling you to leave, you need to leave, okay? Because that's, how people live in Louisiana. Like I said, the elevation does not go up that fast. A lot of marshlands and swamps, stuff like that. So they tell you to get out, you need to get out and evacuate, and basically just go north. Trying to get you a hotel somewhere, and then plan on being there for a couple days at least. Like I said, there's going to be widespread power outages as well with this, maybe even power outages all the way over towards New Orleans. So something to think about as well. All right. Stay safe out there. Make sure, like I said, make sure you listen to local authorities. And we will have all the latest on our Facebook page over the next few days. Please give us a follow over on YouTube and Facebook. Like I said, we'll have constant information coming out for you all, so you can have all the latest, so you can plan on what you need to do. All right. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your evening.